Hello, welcome back on iKeysRacing here in Monza. Marco, after 1 week of lacking online, I apologize. Around the world in 24 hours, we clinched the half of the season. We go in the second part, race episode number 10 on the Österreichring, if my pronunciation more or less is decent. In my poor German, I don't speak German basically. Welcome back, thank you very much for voting the little beast red and black that is present in our view on our screens. This is the result of the poll that you have voted very kindly. Thank you very much, arigato, muchas gracias, obrigado, merci beaucoup, dankeschön, spasiba, and grazie. And so today we will run 1 hour simulating 6 times more. A very historic race here at Zeltweg that was the 1000 kilometers in Austria, held I don't remember from when up to. It's a pity that nowadays WEC doesn't come back here, unfortunately. I hope we will tease maybe a bit more the FIA and the WEC organizations to possibly bring back in Austria the beautiful world of GTs and prototypes. But I don't want to lose too much time about chatting, so we will have a long journey together into this long main straight, then followed by many high-speed, huge radius corners. The layout of the 1970 Österreichring or Zeltweg or Red Bull Ring nowadays is obviously different, but to me was maybe more spectacular in this way than in any other. Plus, I still remember Ronnie Peterson on the Lotus John Player Special Formula 1 car running here, as well as Pedro Rodriguez with the Porsches and so on. There are some videos on YouTube absolutely worth a view from us as petrol heads for the incredible high skills that those heroes put in place exactly here. And so directly in the pit lane there is a decent view of the beast of today. Thank you for voting the monster we are going to race today. I didn't feel very competitive offline. Maybe something will change during the race, we will see. And the car is absolutely beautiful, an old type GT monster prepared for the GT races back in the 70s. So I can't wait to show you from the cockpit the track, the circuit, the behavior of the car setup, and especially the car setup. It is what we are going to watch in a couple of seconds and see together to understand how I approached this particular car. But mainly, welcome back and thank you for staying here. Let's go. Fine, so we will leave all the cars score a lap time. We load the detomaso Pantera car setup. For the qualification, I arranged to have 40 liters for 3-4 laps. This is the maximum level of brakes setup I finally found to be used, at least comfortable from my side. As always, a very strong front end. Maybe for the qualification we can go down a notch. Very soft at the rear at the minimum level. The toe in out of 2 degrees positive or negative. Negative at the front, slightly positive at the rear. It's a mid-mounted engine car with rear axle drive, so when you accelerate, the rotation will bring the rear tires like this. From an advanced setup point of view, I will talk later about tires. We will get again the maximum stiffness at the front, 1 notch down, as well for springs, 1 notch down. The rear end will be totally soft or at the minimum available position. The camber, very strangely, despite not using so much camber, tires will suffer mainly in the central and internal part. You will see especially on the majority of right-handed corners, but it's okay. I mean, it's what we get. Maybe for the race we can play with the rear height just to help the car to corner more. I will do an experiment now in qualification, then we will see what we will get while running, and we will decide something together after the experiment for what is the race. The other thing is that if you use the tires guide of Power and Glory, that is very accurate and very well made, for this car you will see a lot of overheating at the front, so I did use the DG8B tires that are medium compound here at the Goodyear stripe starting from the left and the right, and what else, and soft at the rear because we will need traction. The car is powerful enough, gear ratio is decently long enough to guarantee the main straight to be taken at full speed in fifth gear at 240 km/h. Then I needed anyway a bit of acceleration. The thing is, I didn't succeed on changing the single parameter for the single gear, so it's a compromise with a possibly stock gear device just used with the final with more or less acceleration or top speed. This is the one possibly acceptable from this point of view. Also, for the differential you can only play between 40 and 80. So far I did choose for a 60, that is half free and half blocked, just slightly more blocked. We will see also this particular thing in the first laps of the qualification, that we are going to do stopping the accelerated time, saving temporarily the car setup, going back to the grid, and to have with the timing a possible benchmark. I would say that obviously prototypes are absolutely unbeatable. As you can see, the first top positions are all thanks to 3 liters, 2 liters, 5 liters prototypes. Just we will have this Group 2 Ford Capri RS of Alan Moffat, being a bit different from the other GT cars or tourism car. Then you get the BMWs. Yes, I would say we will be the only detomaso Pantera available today. My guess is to at least qualify the car around 2 minutes, 1:59 possibly, no more. For the race maybe there will be something different, but will be practically impossible to beat the Ford Capris, the Ford Singular, sorry, Ford Capri, the BMWs and the Ford GT40, but let's see. Okay, qualifying 2 with sunny day, dry surface, 45 degrees on track, 37 in the ambient, full July in Austria. Fine, so today I'm here with the iSight, just ready to have a look internally to the cockpit, very raw I would say, apart from the dashboard that is the original one. I think it's time to go. First gear, the sound is beautiful. And let's see if I remember correctly the track. There's a jump here, so you have to brake a bit earlier. The steering wheel is very heavy. Ford V8 at the back. All the tires. First right. Long hairpin corner. Almost lost the car. Yellow flag. double touch for the Porsche prototype and Porsche 914. I do want to understand if this guy, okay, will break definitely, yes, the engine, wow. I leave the space for the prototype, they are too quick. This is the old, the current version of the corner, of the circuit, sorry, but the corner will be just one, instead of the last two with the track limit silly function during Formula 1 events. Touched by the Porsche 917 of Kinun and Rodriguez, I suppose. Yes, beautiful. We will drive this car by the end of the season, I promise. Missed the racing line, I told you there was a bump, I was too late on braking. Lola T70, unbeatable. I mean with the detomaso Pantera, obviously. Will be a very slightly oversteering day, overspinning day. Look the top left corner, the temperatures, the colors of the tires already suffering. You cannot know what will be in 1 hour race. Ooh. Very fun, but very difficult to be competitive. Touched again. I'm so slow that they try to kill me. They are right. Okay, 203. I should improve a lot. Another Lola T70. There's a Chevron B16 Mazda powered arriving at the back. BMW is absolutely unbeatable, even with the detomaso Pantera. Another category, absolutely. Losing the car. Half a second quicker, 6/10 than my previous time. Look the tires. They are already the maximum type available for a sunny day. There isn't a harder compound, so you start to lose grip. 202, so not a great deal. So I would go back to the same compound but reducing the ride height of the rear just to have it less prone to slip away, and nothing else really we can play with, maybe increasing at the maximum the front anti-roll bar just to try to have a different behavior, and maybe while coasting and so decelerating reduce the difference of speed between the internal and external rear tire, maybe to have a rear end a bit more blocked and more progressive into the loss of grip. So back in the pit lane, let's try also this changes. Now that I see a lot of clouds arriving, so maybe there's a storm approaching, we will see. Last tentative, then we will do the race. Yes, a bit more stable, but now we will see if the car will turn. Possibly yes, because when you accelerate you have a more open rear end. When you decelerate and coast you get a more stable rear axle, possibly. Out of the racing line, the ideal one. More than a storm, it is approaching the late afternoon, evening. Yes, if you push too much, you get anyway a level of overspinning not easily controllable. Okay, let's try. Very bad, very bad, very bad. Lost the line, lost 1 second and lost the grip line. Leaving the space for the prototype because we are not anyway quicker than before. Oh no, it was a Ford GT40, sorry, I saw the Gulf sponsor and I was thinking. Well, the Ford Capri, sorry, I was thinking was a Porsche 917. Instead, having a Ford Capri in front, it's not a bad thing, but I've already lost the draft. We lack the top speed of the best GT cars, and especially the handling. Something regained, at least from a viewpoint of view. There's a slow car in front. It's an Alfa Romeo GTA, sorry. Come on. Just 1/10 quicker. I anticipate the braking area. There's a crash.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Yellow flag in sector 2.
Front tires completely red. Smooth with the brakes here. This is again Alan Moffat, almost a second better than before. And I always lose. I must brake earlier. We'll try the next lap. Tires are consuming a lot. Ooh. Okay, 2 minutes was my target. It's anyway a P27, not really nothing special. We will see with a constant and maybe just one pit stop during the race what we will achieve, but we are not competitive, I can tell you, and I don't feel competitive compared to the majority of the rest of the field. But this is the detomaso Pantera. This is iKeysRacing. See you in the pit lane. So yes, at the end the 2 minutes per lap is the maximum I think I can achieve. I was already like this in Italy, we say, when you are completely hooked to the maximum effort you can support. So the detomaso Pantera final car setup will be this one. As said, we will go with this overall figure, and the timing will put for the prototypes. Let's read the top 10. Courage de Adamic Alfa Romeo 3 liters prototype, Smith Taylor Lola T70 5 liters prototype, Merzero Regazzoni Ferrari 512 S coda lunga long tail sport 5 liters, François Severt Matra Simca prototype 3 liters, Kinnunen Rodriguez Porsche 917 5 liters prototype, Orms Profit with the other Lola T70 5 liters sport, P7 for the first non 3 or 5 liters car, the Porsche 907 long tail, Harriet Wiki, the last Lola T70 of Fernandez Pillon, P9 Baker Bell, the first Chevron B16 still at 2 liters, then 10th is Gerard Larousse with the Porsche 908-02, should be the blue open top Porsche that passed us at the beginning of the qualification. From a GT perspective, or Group 2, Group 4, etc., confirmed the Ford Capri of Alan Moffat, dominating absolutely with 3 seconds over the two BMWs, second and third, Joysten, Muir, Hesemann, Kester, then Highwood Hobbs with the Ford GT40, JL Axe with the 911 Carrera Camel sponsored RSR 3 liters, is another Ford Capri RS 2006, the little sister, 7th the Porsche 914, and as P8 as a Group 2, 4, etc. category. That's it. I think we can save the game, load the fuel and go to race. Parameters of the race. We go quickly to see 1 hour race with a changeable type of weather, possibly raining in Austria, why not? 30 opponents, the maximum allowed is 36 for what I remember, 100% strength. We will run just already seen 2 sessions of qualification. From a realism point of view as well, we have a custom 6 times more daylight acceleration, 2 times the tire wear, 2 times the fuel usage. As always, mechanical failures, time scaled, but this is the easy always tool that Power and Glory is. Absorbing every type of car, every type of changes into the game data. And so let's have also a quick look at the cars, the Alfa Romeo, the Lola T70, the Ferrari 512, Matra, Porsche 917, the other Lola T70, Porsche 908, long tail, the other Lola T70, Chevron B16, Porsche 908, the other Matra, Mr. Bash with another Porsche 908, Moffat with the Ford Capri RS 3100, the Austin Healey, the Healey Repco, Chevron B16, Chevron B16, BMW CSL 3.5 liters, for what I remember, and I hope to be right, maybe it was less, with the other of Hesemann Kester, Highwood Hobbs for GT40, Porsche 911, the famous Camel sponsored, Chevron B16, Chevron B16, we have all the models of the Chevron, again another Chevron B16, then the Mazda Powered, Ford Capri RS 2006, Porsche 914, as a 911, I don't remember the 2.5 liters maybe, or 2.7, 2.8 maybe, Marco, Bernard Colomb with the Alpine A110, the Alfa Romeo GTA of Moschus, and then Mr. Marcus with the Triumph. That's it. Let's go on the final leg of the track for the start finish line. Okay, last corners, very ready for the green flag in a couple of meters. I am overexcited. I want to try to do my best with this monster. What a beautiful life we live with this kind of video games for us petrol heads. We must feel very lucky indeed. It's not a bad start, there's already something happening in front. Sorry for touching the chevron, I've missed also the clutch. The car is very sensible. If you over rev the engine, you lose the percentage. No, Marco, no. The percentage of reliability here on the right. It was a great move to be in front of small prototypes, but unluckily I've missed the opportunity to be 100 meters closer. This is bad. It's not a sprint race, so there's no need for forcing so much since the first lap, especially with a car so understeering. But it is what it is. Yellow flag, but they are slowing down. No more yellow flags. We regain what we have lost before. Good point, P21. I didn't want to stay outside in case of touches with the others. Henderson with the Chevron B16 maybe better while braking, as well as the GT40, but we defend the position, yes. Highwood Hobbs will be not happy for this defense, but they will win with the top speed. You will see in a couple of seconds. Too quick, the GT40 at Le Mans. They go at 300k. Front end completely out of grip while braking, bad line. Let's use a bit of the torque to save a bit the rear end. Down to P23 now. Okay, I think we reached the nirvana for the development of the race, meaning that we are racing in a position not really compatible with the performance of the car, but we will try to resist as much as possible to
Yellow flag in sector 2. Yellow flag in sector 2.
the recharge of all the light and small prototypes, the tire wearing, trying to scrap a bit less with the driving style. Yes, more stable in fourth gear here. Oops. No, 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 no. The Mazda powered Chevron B16 has arrived. Bad handling triggered by a bad driving style. It's a beautiful track because you are always sliding somewhere, and so always close to the limit of the car, so you cannot go as always quicker than your car. But very thank you to all of you for voting the detomaso Pantera. That is absolutely fun to drive here. And in general, I mean. "17 seconds far from Kinglish meets." That should be one of the prototypes of Chevron. My goodness. Too much, Marco. Too much, too much, too much, too much. Bang, bang. I was asking too much. To the car. Overstressed tires. Overstressed style of driving. Very fun but not very effective, but let's see if we can reduce a bit the gap now. It's a P26. would have been beneficial to change a bit the brake bias with more rear end braking in the balance, but unluckily the detomaso Pantera doesn't have this live function, so you need to go to the pit to do it, and just while practicing, not during race day. From 69 to 68% here, the reliability value. Differently from the differently from the WEC Spa-Francorchamps previous appointment, I hope that the replay here will work, because we have lost some great battles with the Corvette C7, but unluckily the replay was not working, despite being already overlapped by the Adamic Courage the Adamic actually, with the first name at the wheel, Pierce Courage. And overlapped also by the Lola T70. Now will arrive the Ferrari of Merzario Regazzoni, I think. Yes, here they are. Much better here, just faking the ABS movement with the pedal brake. So the replay should bring us a TV style, almost always oversteering attitude while cornering, not a bad TV effect. I still think I'm not approaching this corner in the correct way, but the car goes lost everywhere, unluckily. I haven't found yet the soft spot to make every lap equal as it should. Kilian Rodriguez gone. Wow, the front left tire, look, the top left corner, it's already half of its grip range. So the way I'm driving is not the right one to nurse tires. We did 15 minutes, 5 laps, 8 laps, so maybe we can last just 30 minutes, then tires must be changed without ifs or buts, because you can actually feel the loss of grip. And we don't have at our disposal a harder compound. Another bad attitude entering this corner.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Yellow flag in sector 2.
%67%. The reliability is going down lap by lap. Let's try to nurse a bit more tires for the last 3 laps before the pit.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Yellow flag in sector 2.
But overall tires are gone.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Yellow flag in sector 2.
Ooh, 13% of what I did. The last over revving, no. Damned.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
The last
In sector 2.
The last over revving did a mess with the engine. Look. Sorry. Here on the right, 13% in red. My goodness. With 40 minutes to go. This is how sensible the reliability of the engine is. If you remember, with the detomaso Pantera we have seen the boss version, the non-boss version and so on, and one particular feature of this car was the very fragile engine and all the power device as a general concept. So maybe it's time to luckily avoid the red line and use less the power, because at this point the risk to not finish the race is very high.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Yellow flag in sector 2.
Generally I like to raise the usage of a car at least up to the first 30 minutes or 50% of the race, half of the race. And then nurse the car to the end. But at this point, with just 6 minutes of coverage, 3 laps left in the tank here, bottom left corner, 2 minutes per lap. Would mean to really hardly arrive to the 30 minutes elapsed race moment, refuel, change tires, and then technically go to the end. We pass a car of Ashton Benford because they are pitting, but the P25 can be really just a temporary moment of supposed performance. The thing is, now we want to finish the race, I must just stop to race at 2 minutes 01 per lap, like if it was a qualifying session, just not overuse the car. So technically no more maximum attack, like Mark Wallen would have said. And at least discover that if we don't overuse the car, also the fuel usage goes down a bit. Obviously I become very slow, not that I was a lightning before, I mean. I was saying that tires are gone, and the racing engineer knew it. Obviously something not real for the 70s without radio communication, but indeed a feeling that modern race sim games are offering, so you actually feel via your steering wheel when you lose grip, and also the simple racing line you kept until the previous lap does not work out as before. Let's try one more to be close to the 30 minutes race, just to split our effort between two equal legs, so we know we'll arrive at the end of the race without tires. And without fuel. These are the two BMWs that should have tried to beat, but was technically impossible given the difference of performance. So one more lap. My gosh. Yes, if you do not jump with the car, you technically approach almost an ideal racing line, but nothing special, to be fair. The risk of blowing up the front left tire is now very possible, very high. Temperatures overall, bottom left corner, are higher than during offline practice. This is a circus, not anymore a race car.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Yellow flag in sector 2.
Because obviously over-revving was helping me to make the car technically approach in a better way the cornering. I don't know, where is my pit space? Where is my pit space? Here. So I would stay with everything like this, no repairing despite touches here and there. And what else to say? What a mess, what a mess. I'm not confident I will regain some position, so sorry with all of you, I apologize. But a very difficult task today to bring this heavy car to the end in a competitive way. And I can only hope for some retirement, for some second time in the pit. But really, 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 what a hard effort today. Needed to make the car competitive.
New tyres, and don't forget to warm the brakes up.
I don't see also any other possible, let me say, key to do differently things.
All clear. Go, go, go.
Okay, till the end. Last and lost also against the Alpine of Bernard Colomb. My goodness. If they don't do another pit stop, for the first time we will be last. Plus, with the question mark of not needing another pit stop. For tires or for fuel. So be aware that the second part of the race could be less exciting, less frenetic, more let's bring home our butt. Easy with the engine, Marco.
Looks like there's a yellow flag in sector 3.
Yes, the difference between racing and nursing the car is 6 seconds, 5-6 seconds. It's obviously a technique used during endurance races, for sure. But today I was thinking it was not necessary until I've seen the 13% reliability in red. After a stupid over revving, I could have waited 20 meters before actually using the lower gear, and we would have been in a condition at least to attack. In this case, instead, every slight over revving could be terminal. There is Alan Moffat not keen to overlap us. They are going actually to the pit, but in 2 minutes they will be completely refueled and retired. Ha ha ha. But we will not get them. We can only hope for retirement. I really hate
Zero flag in sector 2. Zero flag in sector 2.
I really hate the moments where you have only to cruise. I was also looking for the 6th gear. Ooh, another touch and no! Almost. Even a tiny touch could destroy the rest of the reliability here. In red could go to 0 immediately. So I must avoid also to duel too much. Minutes to go. As you can see, even if they touch here and they almost crash in this corner, sometimes there is a terminal mistake or retirement error or whatever, like for the Porsche 914. Let's leave the space. A set of chevrons, so it's almost a category on their own. Very similar in performances, and if you remember at Brands Hatch, when there are rainy day, we did our effort to score points with one of the chevrons powered by a Cosworth BMW, I don't remember. So in this lap we should pass the Porsche 914, retired a few minutes ago. So 15 minutes to go, with still I think 8 laps to go. For us running, well, sorry, if we run in 2 minutes per lap, we have 6 laps in the tank, bottom left corner. We are covered for no more than 12 minutes. So we will have to stop once more, I fear. This is not a good news. Because not only we are last, I am last, and I apologize with you, but without even having the hope for a single pit stop that could have saved us one lap maybe. So no problem for tires, but fuel will be not enough. And I've seen in the rear mirror there was a car spinning. I don't know why. It was a red chevron. Maybe this one was spinning, and thank you very much for the touch, stupid idiot. So really no performances today. Maybe a car that was already too old compared to the rest of the field to actually give a bit of performances at least similar to the best of the range, like the Ford Capri, the BMW and so on. Now, how to cover 5 laps in the tank, so 10 minutes of running with 12 to go, to avoid the last lap pit stop. Well, first of all, maybe not crashing. Not using all the revs as before, but also choosing for a 4th gear when you use the 3rd, and lifting close to the top speed. Like this. Like this. And obviously you lose a lot of time, because especially on straights you lose 40 kilometers per hour of speed, an absolute drama. Maybe less sensible at Monte Carlo, for example, but at Monza, at Spa, here with long straights, at Le Mans would be a total drama. There's a BMW not passing. Why? Ah, okay, here we are. I see the shadow. So yes, 5 laps covered, 10 minutes left, 2 minutes per lap. More or less we are finishing now the race. Finishing meaning that we are possibly avoiding one pit stop more. I've lost the last lap time, was 2 minutes 07. Not a drama, but at least we passed Bernard Colombe with the Alpine A110. That was not anyway a car honestly quicker than us. If 38 seconds will be enough to keep him behind. lost the corner, to not receive a penalty for not letting through the matra. Lights are going down. We turn on our headlights. The sun is gone. Lifting, posting, everything. It's the worst racing scenario that I try always to not face. Nursing so much a race car. But if I had been in the position to say, okay, I still have a lot of reliability, I do a second pit stop, I attack as much as possible, and I try on track to gain back the time lost for a second with a second pit stop. But this way is really the worst scenario for a race. You cannot attack, and so you are slow. But you are not slow enough to avoid a second pit stop. So to avoid it, you have to reduce further your performance. Five minutes, 4 laps, possible 8 minutes coverage. "57 seconds at least over Bernard Colomb with the Alpine. In front, Birrell Borg. I do not remember which car they are driving, maybe is a Porsche 911. Far 1 minute and 31 seconds, so almost 3/4 of one of my average lap. Too far to think even to attack. I just keep for the end. A bit of buffer. Just in case I should need to resist to a pass. Where is the GT40? Okay, behind. And in case of a better scenario with at least still the engine running 100%, could have been easier to resist in the last laps, but not this case, not today, not this race, not with this car. Okay, fourth gear. One more lap. Now, why I was keeping a sort of buffer? Because when the single hour race will be expired, we don't know if we will be with 1 lap to go or 2 laps to go. Because the race could finish now, with Courage de Adamic winning and closing the race, or there could be another lap, and another lap would put us behind Bernard Collomb. That is not a drama, because anyway I feel last and lost, but still if I can grab a position more than less, I do prefer to get it. And if you look at the top right corner, the classification, okay, the race is over, luckily. There is not the need for another lap. I was saying that if you look at the classification, I got 1 lap down also from many group 2 or 4 cars of the same category, if you can accept this phrase. Okay, now we can blow the engine maybe. Yes, just hear the sound when the limiter arrives and kicks in. Listen. Look at the percentage here in red. 11. So you risk really sometimes even not changing the gear. Let's see, let's cook an engine for the first time since the arrival of iKeysRacing channel. The race is over, this is the last return to the pit. 9%, 8%. The sound has gone, not real. 7%. Bang, sorry. One more lap just to see when it blows up. No smoke so far, 6%. 5. Look at here. So there's a buffer, a margin. Ah, here we are. Now if you accelerate, you see also a bit of smoke also. Yes, now it is gone. So we can put in neutral. Have a look around. Here we are. Beautiful effect. And that's it. So there's always a bit of margin until the end, but I felt under the 10% level, something like not anymore totally powered. There was a sort of misfire. So we can leave the car here in neutral and just go to the pit. Voila, what a beautiful image. So, what a drama today. Sorry. Let's start with the classification that was moving from here, as you can see on screen, to the new view that we will face in a couple of seconds at the end of the episode. And so, the prototypes C category sees Courage de Adamic winning in front of the two Lolas. What a beautiful result for the two Lolas. Then a Porsche 907 of Harriot Wiki. In the last lap, I suppose, the Ferrari 512 of Merzario Regazzoni retired with Merzario at the wheel. Anyway, arriving in front of the Porsche 917 of Kinun and Rodriguez, the Gulf sponsored. François Severt, Matrassin P7, P8 for Fernandez Pillon with another Lola, P9 for Jack Brabham and the other Matra, P10 Baker Bell with the Chevron B16 2 liters in front of a lot of other 3 liters prototypes. Not bad. Normal cars, let's talk about them with our bad figure. So, Moffat Ford Capri first, Joysten Muir BMW 3 liters 12 valves, P3 Eseman Kester Group 2 BMW 3 liters CSL 12 valves, fourth the Porsche 911 Carrera RSR 3 liters of Hux, the Camel sponsored, fifth Haywood Hobbs with the Ford GT40, sixth the Ford Capri of Birrell Bourgogne, seventh is our detomaso Pantera Boss, eighth Bernard Colombe, ninth retired but scoring points Ballot Lena Chasseul with the Porsche 914, and 10th Fitzpatrick Kremer with the Porsche 911 ST 2.5, the Martini Racing green with yellow stripes, sponsored if I'm not wrong. So this is the final result. I felt quite in a bad shape while driving and while managing the car. I must admit, maybe it was a long time since the previous last month, almost more, last episode of Around the World in 24 hours, but honestly I felt off the pace, off the car management from an engine, fuel and tire point of view. I've approached the start of the race when you are closer and closer with the other, trying to drive like in qualifying, so maybe overusing too much the car, but I was not expecting for a single wrong gear change to move from the 70% 65% reliability down to 13. So it was really maybe a fragile car, absolutely. And despite being the Boss version, I must say I cannot imagine how the other version could be. maybe more fragile, more prone to retire. But at least we nurtured the car to the end. It is not a drama. Sometimes you cannot win, sometimes you cannot score a podium, a position on the podium. Sometimes they are just points gifted because someone else retired, but that was anyway quicker than you, because if it wasn't for the last pit stop of Bernard Colomb with the Alpine A110, I would have been in the ranking after him, behind him. So really sorry, maybe an episode lacking a bit of success like we have seen instead previously, and I hope anyway to have let you with some different approaches, some different lectures, keys, because it was the first time with a scenario like this. So I hope you enjoyed anyway the episode. Me not, absolutely. I was really thinking if there was a single positive point to be taken from today. I do not see it. So maybe will be a better thing the next time when we will go back to a prototype. And that's it. Anyway, to you, thank you very much. And arigato. And muchas gracias, obrigado, dankeschön, merci beaucoup, spasiba, thank you, grazie, for staying here on iKeysRacing once more. You are always more than welcome. Thank you for your votes. I've tried a car that really put myself into more difficulties than before, and so will be time to move on to another episode before waiting for your beautiful votes for the next prototype we will race within this theme. So thank you very much again. Best wishes to you all. Remember to stay always into keen racing, and the best of the best for you and your beloved. Stay very well. See you very soon on iKeysRacing. Ciao. Thank you. Bye bye. Ciao. Ciao. Grazie.